Ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
To do whatever needs to be done to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
Liberty and self-determination is in the hearts and the DNA of our people.
Every place I go, I meet great patriots who are doing great things for this country.
Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look.
Born in Maryland, a little town named Cumberland, but I grew up in Pennsylvania, so my formative years, if you will, were all spent at Erie, Pennsylvania. Well, I met my wife at pilot training in Texas. We've been married 45 years. I flew a total of 70 missions over North Vietnam and another 37 over South Vietnam. Survived to come home to my wife and daughter, and later on we added a son to the family. The 2008 election convinced me that I really needed to understand my Constitution better, and I started by taking some courses on the Constitution. I said, there's some things I would emphasize differently if I was designing this course. Put all of my energies then into building up the Constitution Leadership Initiative, the organization I founded. That's what I've been doing since 2012, is teaching the Constitution and teaching the principles that are found in it.
We can see where $18 trillion worth of debt is going to go. It's going to go to 19 trillion and 20 trillion, and there is absolutely...
I kind of fell into the Convention of the States project through happenstance, or providence, if you will. In 2014, I was invited by my friends to go to Richmond, Virginia and lobby against some bills that would have had Virginia apply for a convention. So as we were leaving that day, I noticed a pamphlet that advertised a presentation by Michael Farris to explain the Convention of the States project. He put forward some arguments that I had never encountered before.
People like us, people that are frustrated with Washington, D.C., often say, well, they don't follow the Constitution anyway. Not true. They follow the wrong one. They're following the Constitution as interpreted by the Supreme Court rather than the Constitution as written.
This, taking out of my pocket, is a pocket Constitution. 4,000 words in the original document, 4,400 words, but here is the Constitution in force today. This is 3,000 pages of Supreme Court rulings showing what every ruling has done to the original words. Every page in this document means a grant of power to the federal government. This is the Constitution in operation today. Unless we make its wording crystal clear, we're going to continue to operate under this document forever and ever until the whole house of cards comes falling down. On the 15th of September, 2 days before they signed the document, the end of 4 long, hot months in Philadelphia, they were ready to go home. But George Mason noticed that Article 5 only had a single method for amending the Constitution. He said, wait a minute, what if Congress becomes an obstacle and refuses to put forward to the states needed amendments? He insisted, and it passed unanimously, that there be this second method of amending the Constitution. We want there to be a controlled convention, and that's where the specific instructions espoused by the Convention of the States project come in.
If you want term limits on Congress, if you want term limits on Supreme Court, only Convention of States give you that. If you want fiscal restraints on the federal government that go way beyond a balanced budget amendment, you get that in Convention of States. You have the right and the obligation to have that discussion for the American people. Are you guys with me?
As we approach an Article 5 convention, we will have discussions about the Constitution in every location. Bedrooms and living rooms and bars and offices, taxi cabs, public parks. People will start asking the right kinds of questions of candidates. What is the original design of government? And if it's different today, how do we change back to that original design of government? This constitutional republic is in great jeopardy. Franklin said they were giving us a republic if we could keep it. We have not done a very good job of keeping that republic, and we're about to lose it if we don't take some drastic steps.
Looking for a hero, someone who cares about the future, not about themselves, but about the idea of America. We need a hero.